I've had some serious fun with this. This is the ROG Ally, and it's an all-in-one, on-the-go, palm of your hand gaming device, running Windows 11 and powered by AMD's new Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor and RDNA 3 graphics technology. Ideal for gaming when traveling or moving from room to room in your house. Think Steam Deck or Nintendo Switch vibes, but on steroids. With far more choice of games from PC, Xbox and emulators, and a higher resolution and higher frame rate screen. So when Asus reached out to sponsor a first look at this device, I thought, you know what, why blooming not? Let's have a game. The first thing I noticed when I unboxed it was, because it's made of reinforced polycarbonate, it's lighter than I was expecting, of around 600 grams, I think 608 to be precise. And it's a great medium between being too big and being too small. It's also pretty comfortable to hold if you hold it correctly. Now, I know that may sound crazy, like how many ways can you hold this thing? But to ensure better wrist and palm comfort for all hand sizes, Asus created this 14-degree slant at the edges, perfect for its intended use, resting on a lap or on a desk at an angle facing your face. And when you do that, I can reach all of the buttons and it feels nice and comfy for extended use. Even for me with my small hands for a man. Well, I think I've got small hands anyway. Don't usually go around looking at other men's hands too much in public. When you control the Ally with your mitts, there are these texture points both front and back for added grip. And outside of that, it's very similar to an Xbox controller. Your ABYX, not ASBYT, your menu and view buttons, right and left stick, D-pad, and your RBRT, LBLT triggers, and these two macro keys, M1 and M2 on the back. These are customizable keys, much like FN keys on PC for secondary actions. You also have this special edition Armory crate button that houses and launches all of your excuse me. Apparently I'm 13 again. That houses and launches all of your games from one place, no matter where they're installed. Xbox, Steam, Windows Store, etc. And this is ingenious and super helpful. You also have key settings here that you can adjust, like your Aura Sync lighting, which reacts to in-game moments, as does the haptic feedback or subtle vibrations that only add to the immersive experience, and display options to best suit your preferences. And you have this command center, which lets you toggle things like operating mode from silent to performance to turbo, resolutions, refresh rates, etc. And all instantaneous. So whatever you're doing in game, for example, you can get to that straight away, just one click, which I think is really, really important. You don't have to come out and go into your settings and change it. You can just do it right there and then, so you don't miss a beat. And the 120 Hz refresh rate is a pretty big deal in this space. It's so responsive and clean, and it's just great for in-game timing where every millisecond counts. The 4nm AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor has 8 cores and 16 threads, and you also have 16GB of LPDDR5 DRAM and up to 512GB SSD for seriously quick load times. If you are using this with all of those settings maxed out, that will have an effect on battery performance, of course, but the 40 watt-hour capacity is the same as seen on the Steam Deck. The Ally takes advantage of two performance-based technologies, RSR or Resizable BAR, and FSR or FidelityFX Super Resolution. Resizable BAR allows the CPU to access the entire graphics card memory in one go, as opposed to in small chunks, for improved performance and a reduction in any stuttering, etc., as the CPU can gather and process huge amounts of GPU data. The FSR is there to help with upscaling, so resolution of games can be enhanced without a reduction in performance. Both result in smoother gameplay and improved visuals. And while we're on visuals, this screen, which is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, as seen in many Android flagship smartphones around right now, is Full HD, so not 4K or Quad HD, but it still looks super sharp for a screen this size, and it's super bright as well at 500 nits, which is the same as my MacBook Pro. So incredibly bright indoor and certainly passable even in direct sunlight, but the shade will provide a much better experience both on the eye but also on the temperature of the device. Although the ROG Ally does come equipped with a zero gravity thermal system and dual fan design to help reduce any thermal throttling. To have 2 intakes and 2 exhausts in something so small is insane. And on the whole, it has kept this machine really nice and cool. I have noticed a slight warmth coming from the screen mainly, but that's about it. It's certainly not hot in the hand, even under heavy extended use. And it's also super quiet. I've barely heard the fans at all. Impressive stuff. And also for the size of the device, the front-facing dual speakers are incredibly loud and full sounding. Like, you barely need to go ever above 50%, which is mental. Dolby Atmos and high-res audio. Asus have really done a great job on sound. Super impressed. Next to the volume rocker, you have your power button, which also has Windows Hello fingerprint support, so no need for passwords. And then on the other side, you have a headphone jack, micro SD card slot, a Type-C charging port, and you can also attach here an XG Mobile with the top configuration having a brand new NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 laptop GPU, or AMD's latest laptop GPU, which significantly improves performance and is a serious option if you decide to be more rooted with your setup. If you want to attach it to an external monitor, you want to have keyboard, mouse, etc., you can do that. This really could be a great all-in-one, portable, but also anchored if needs be. The Ally features Wi-Fi 6E and runs on Windows 11, which I think gives it an advantage over devices like Steam Deck, as more people will be used to this PC-like operating system, with touchscreen capability and the ability to use the joystick as a mouse. It also makes playing Xbox games, for example, much more seamless, and I just feel it offers more avenues to gain access to different games on different platforms, and watching content like a spot of Netflix is also great too. And then it all comes down to price, and the ROG Ally appears to offer a far more substantial package than its competitors, but there will be a price to pay for that if we believe what's predicted. As I got my hands on this sample review unit early, there is no current pricing that I have available for it. You will probably know that when you're watching this video. A brilliant all-in-one handheld gaming option. It's just a case of whether the price is right. And let me know your thoughts on that when we find out. Follow my other social medias for short form content on the ROG Ally, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it and want to see more content like this. I love you, Link. Oof, don't break it. My name's Adam. You've been the best as always. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Says BYT. Peace out.